all the praise is for Allah, who is Rabb. So you are replacing the Allah by saying He is the Rabb, right? So when you do this kind of combination, then the sound should match here. Originally it is Rabbul Alameen. Because of the Lillahi, it will become Rabbi. It's an adjective. This is the definition. This is the tarif, or this is a badal, change of the word, okay, or attribute, or sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if this Alhamdulillahi was not there, then the actual word is Rabbul Alameen.
So Allah, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He choose Allah for Himself in the Quran, or
we discussed last time how this word was created, but it is generally said that this is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So, but again, if the name is Allahu, it goes through the transitions of Allahi
so
and
Khuda,
Allah.
Khuda is not a word.
Khuda is not Arabic word, it's a Farsi word.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never used Khuda.
No, it's not Arabic word.
Can I ask a question?
It's Persian word.
If I was to say like for instance, like you come in here and I say that you're a provider, you're a person who provides education for the knowledge about the Arabic,
Yeah.
about the translation. How would you say a provider? Like,
Okay,
you know,
in the Arabic, the word Rab is used for father also.
that's ab.
Father is a provider. He
Oh.
goes and works and earns the money.
Okay.
So he is also called provider. Rab.
So the rab means provider.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It sounds weird though, because it has two meanings. That's why
Yeah. Okay.
it's difficult.
So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen means all the praise is for Allah, who is the provider or the Lord of all the worlds. Okay? So that is first ayat of this Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay? Then the next two words are Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, and we looked at these words last time. The only thing I want to point out here is that, going back, the root letters for both of them are Ra, Ha and Mim. Okay? And this means to do mercy, to be merciful. Rahama means to be merciful, to do mercy. Okay? And both of these words are, created by the same root letters. If I do it this way, Rahman, Rahmanu, and Rahimun. As I said that these are the nouns, and nouns always end up with two dhammas. So Rahmanun and Rahimun. Rahmanun is, or Rahman is the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember that sifat means attribute. Okay? That His mercy is unlimited flooding on everyone. Okay? And Rahim means He is merciful and there's intensity in that mercy. Okay? So meanings are very close on both of these. Okay? Both are the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Sorry. Why is it that like some people, instead of writing Al, they put AR,
Yeah.
Rahman.
Yeah, so let me finish this one. So if you put Al before that, Al before that, okay? So whenever we put Al, it means the. one of these two dhamma goes away. So this will become Al-Rahmanu, the merciful, and Al-Rahimu, right? Also, this Ra is a Shamsi letter that if in the Tajweed, Lam comes before Ra, then you do not pronounce Ra, you pronounce, you do not pronounce Lam, you pronounce Ra twice, okay? So this will be written and pronounced as Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahmanu. Okay. So you are not pronouncing Lam, you are pronouncing Ra. Okay. So you are saying Ar-Rahmanu. So that's the reason to answer your question. You are writing R-A-R. Because sound is not pronounced. Okay. So you are pronouncing in Arabic Ar, not Lam.
Ar-Rahman.
So Ar-Rahmanu, and this will become Ar-Rahimu.
Ar-Rahman means mercy, and Al-Rahman, the mercy.
The merciful, not the mercy.
Okay.
Beneficent.
Sorry about that.
Ar-Rahimu. Okay. Ar-Rahimu and Ar-Rahman. Okay. So these are the two words, but there is one more thing. Our actual word that we create from here is Ar-Rahmanu. And actual word here is Ar-Rahimu. But in the Quran you will see Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahim. Okay? What is the rule for that? That when we have a noun is Allahi here. Okay? Rabb is the sifat of Allah. Rahman is the sifat of Allah. Sifat means attribute. Okay. Rahim is the sifat of Allah. So the rule is that the sifat is pronounced in the same sound as the name or the noun. Okay. So because Allahi is here, so this will be pronounced as Ar-Rahmani, not Rahmanu. And Ar-Rahimu will be pronounced as Ar-Rahimi. Okay. There's a lot of learning in Surah AlFatihah that we just read, but we don't know why. Okay. So, actual word is Ar-Rahmanu and Ar-Rahimu. If it is coming out separately, it will be Ar-Rahmanu and Ar-Rahimu. But because it is coming in this as a sifat, as a quality, as an attribute, Asma'ul Husna, sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so the rule is that the way noun is pronounced and the way name is pronounced, the same way the sifat is pronounced. Okay? So if noun is Allahi, then sifat will be Ar-Rahmani.
So Ar-Rahim has the other meaning, like nice or kind, or no?
Oh, there are many meanings, gracious and beneficent and all those. There are many meanings of Ar-Rahman.
For
Ar-Rahim also means the mercy is very intense, a lot of mercy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows to His creation. So Ar-Rahmanu and Ar-Rahimu will be pronounced as Ar-Rahmani and Ar-Rahim. Okay? So, since there are many meanings, we understand the meanings. I'm not writing one meaning here. Okay? But we know what is the meaning of Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Okay? The next word is Maliki Yawmiddin. Okay, so let's look at these words. So this word starts from Mim and Lam and Kaf. Okay. This means to own. to own something, to be owner of something. Okay? And the owner or doer is malikun. Malikin means owner or master. Okay. Okay. So for now, just see, this is the word is malikun. Like sajidun, abidun, doer always has two dhammas at the end. So owner or master is malikun. Okay. The next word is yaumun. Yaumun means day. Okay. Okay, we will have to combine all these three words together. So first we want to study them separately. That first one is malikun, which means master or owner. Then they are noun always. Okay, so that's the reason there are two dhammas at the end. Okay. Then in Arabic we say yawm when we stop. But actual word is yawmun, always with two dhammas. Yawmun means day. Okay. When we say yawmul hajj, okay, the day of hajj, so that actually is coming from this word yawmun. Okay. And the third word here, and we'll combine all three of them, but before we do that, is starting with these letters, dal, ya and noon. Okay. And if I write down them, dinun has many meanings, but one of the meaning is judgment. Okay. Deen also means religion or faith, okay, but it also means judgment. So that's the meaning is used here. Now, if I put al before that, al means the judgment. Al means the judgment. Okay. Now, when we put al, one of the two dhamma will go away. And this will be left with al dinu. Okay.
So deen means judgment, right?
One of the meanings is judgment.
Oh, I thought that looks like to me like a raw.
No, that's dal.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Now also, dal is a Shamsi letter, so it will kill the sound of lam, and you will pronounce this ad-dinu. Ad-dinu means the judgment. Ad-dinu. Okay, the actual word is dinun, but when you put al, it will become al-dinu, and when you pronounce it according to tajweed, you do not pronounce lam, but pronounce dal twice. So it becomes ad-dinu. Okay? So now we have three words here. Ad-dinu, and we have a yaumun, and we have malikun here. Okay? So what we are going to do, we are going to combine yaumun and ad-dinu first.
Well, ad-dinu, not al-dinu.
There is no al anymore. This is ad.
Okay.
Because dal has a shadda now because lam is not pronounced.
Okay, sorry.
So you have the word ad-dinu and you have the word yawmun. Okay? So yawmun means day and ad-dinu means the judgment. If in English we combine, we just put an off here, right? And it will become day of the judgment. In English, if you want to establish a relationship between these two English words, day and the judgment, you will say, you will put it off in between and you say the day of or day of the judgment. Okay? In Arabic, what we do when we combine yawmun and ad-dinu, we remove one dhamma from here and we change this dhamma to a kasra. Okay? And the rule that we have learned many times, that if you have abudun and you have Allahu, Abdun means servant and Allahu. If you want to say servant of Allah, which means in English you are putting off in between, right? In English you put an off to relate two words. In Arabic what you do, you remove one dhamma here and change this dhamma to a kasra. So the word, two words now will be pronounced Abdullahi, servant of Allah. Kitabullahi, the book of Allah.
But is that true apply with the word that have word in front of noun? Is that
Both are noun. Here both of them are noun.
That both of noun.
Yeah, both are noun here.
Okay.
All we are doing is connecting them and relating to each other. Okay, by putting an off in between. Okay, so it will become Abdullahi. The word is Abdun and the word is Allahu. By combination, it will become Abdullah. Same thing we are doing here. We have a Yawmun, just like Abdun, and we have Ad-Dinu, like Allahu.
So what happens? Okay, I wasn't listening too well. Why did you circle the
Because
dhamma?
you do not pronounce one Dhamma.
Okay,
So you pronounce only Abdu.
okay, Abdul.
And here you pronounce Allahi.
Oh, okay.
So this Dhamma will become Kasra.
And the whole sentence means
The whole sentence will become Abdullahi.
Abdullah. Okay.
So similarly, this sentence, this combination will become Yawmuddini. Because you change this to Kasra and you take out one Dhamma from here. So you change this to a Kasra and you remove one here. So the word now is Yawmuddini. Okay. And this alif is not pronounced, so we just put a swad on it. So Yawmuddini. Okay. Day of judgment. Okay. Yawmuddini means day of judgment. Right? So now basically this is now one thing here. So there will be a little bit more exercise we'll have to do. Now we want to combine Malikun with that. Okay. So this also means day of judgment. When we combine this one, then the sentence will be master of the day of judgment. Right?
How would you say judge or like
Deen, judgment. Deen,
How
the
you-
judgment.
Okay, no, sorry.
So this is also one word here, combination of two words, which means day of judgment. Now we want to say master of
The day of
day of judgment. So now we have to combine malikun there. Okay? So now, same rule. When you combine again, this rule again, one dhamma will go away from here. Okay? And this will become a kasra. Okay. So this became Maliko Yaumiddini. Except there is still one thing we have to fix. It is Maliko, but it is Maliki. Everything else is matching. Okay? And the reason it will be Maliki now, as for the same reason that Ar-Rahmanu became Ar-Rahmani, is a sifat. It's the attribute, it's the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the Malik, the owner. Okay? So, if you notice one thing here, that by all these rules, the first thing happened that Allahu became Allahi. And after that, everything, Rabbu became Rabbi, Rahmanu became Rahmani, Rahimu became Rahimi, Maliku became Maliki. So it's a rhythm now, not going up and down. Everything is coming out with kasra. Very easy on the tongue. If these were going dhamma and kasra, then you will be saying one dhamma, one kasra, one dhamma, one kasra. But now, because of these rules, everything became smooth. It is easy to speak, easy to pronounce. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Everything is coming with a kasra from the tongue. So, from here, everything has been modified all the way to the end.
Is there a specific name for this rule or this?
This is called the sifat. Sifat follows the noun, ism. Sifat. And there are rules that it has to follow in 4 things.
Okay.
If the noun is feminine, the sifat has to be feminine. And if the noun is in the state of rafa, the sifat has to be in the state of rafa. If it is a singular, it will be singular. So there are 4 different rules. They have to match. Okay? So if the word was a feminine, then the sifat will be feminine. Okay? Like if you are saying sajidatun, then it's a feminine, right?
You're right.
And then you will see any sifat you will put after that will follow that.
Okay. The tone is not.
Yes,
Or the rule.
by this rule.
Okay.
Okay? So if the sajidatun is, if you take the attribute of sajidatun, like abidatun, so you will have to say sajidatun abidatun. You cannot say sajidatun abid. Sajida is a feminine name. So if sajida is worshipping, then it will be abida. So sifat always follow the noun in 4 characteristics. So that's the rule. Okay. So this thing became master here. And off is here. Okay. Day. And then another off is there. And ad-din means the judgment. So first the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came in the beginning, and after that his sifat, attributes kept coming. Okay? First one is Rabb. So it was Rabbun, but it had to follow the noun. Sifat has to be the same state. Okay? If it was Allahu, for example here, then this word will remain Rabbu. And this word will remain Rahmanu. This will remain Rahimu. Okay? This will remain Maliku.
So it changes the whole sequence.
Right, because the sifat of something has to follow the name, the noun.
So what does sifat mean?
Characteristic, quality,
Oh, Khan.
attribute. Okay? Like if I say, you are good.
Okay.
Good is your sifat.
Okay.
You are knowledgeable. Knowledgeable is your sifat.
Oh.
Means it's your attribute, it's
Attribute,
your
yeah,
quality.
yeah, attribute.
Yeah. So whatever your name is, whatever your quality is your sifat. Okay, it's your attribute. So sifat follows the rules of the noun, of the name. Okay, so that's the reason all the way up to this point, every word here is, except that Yamuddin is the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maliki, Rahimi, Rahmani, and Rabbi. These are all the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
One thing is, when from Quran and Hadith, is very different because you have to like guess. Like for me, because I'm not like a good reader for Arabic, and I have to like get. I'm pretty much not guessing, but I'm like, I've found my instincts and just you have to like guess when to stop and when not to stop. The difference of
Okay.
language.
So I think we should stop here because
Okay.
when I want to start these, then it's a different explanation here. It will take a lot of time. So unless there is any question, we can stop it here.